to Nyamasheke district. The residents of Nyabitekeri sector in Nyamasheke district said that the tradition in which girls pay or give gifts such as rooster to young men in order to convince them to marry them is gradually disappearing. Some residents deny that the practice ever existed, while others acknowledge that it was once practiced but say it has declined. More report. Residents of Nyabitekeri sector, Nangosel in Nyamasheke district, say the tradition in which girls pay or give gifts such as rooster to young men in order to convince them to marry them is gradually disappearing. Some residents deny that the practice ever existed, while others acknowledge that it was once practiced but say it has declined, partly because priests condemned it, arguing that marriages entered into such circumstances often failed to last. It is widely reported that some girls in Nyabitekeri sector are the ones who approach young men, sometimes giving them money or other gifts to convince them to accept the marriage proposals. Residents of Nangosel, where the practice is said to have been common, spoke to PACIS TV, although some denied that such practices exist in their community. As we continued speaking to different residents, we met an elderly man who could not clearly confirm whether the practice still exists. However, he expressed concern about what he described as declining culture of traditional marriage customs. He also raised concerns about modern marriages, saying some parents are worried about the stability of marriages in which young men are allegedly given money or other valuable by women before agreeing to marry them. Others confirmed that the practice once existed but said it gradually disappearing, partly because priests spoke about it and against it. They argued that such arrangement could place financial pressure on families, sometimes forcing parents to take on debt or even sell land to meet the demands associated with marriage. Speaking recently about the practice reportedly found in parts of Nyamasheke district, Minister of Gender and Family Promotion Console Uwimana said she had also had reports that in some communities young men are expected to eat as many as 9 chickens before going to formally ask for a bride's hand in marriage. She also referred to reports of men being given cattle to take home, comparing the practice to traditions in Bugesera where men are reportedly given bicycles. However, she emphasized that no girl should be required to pay a bride price or otherwise buy a husband. Well, and that's all for local stories tonight.